Now that you understand the EPA certification exam structure, it's time to shift into preparation mode. But what's the smartest way to study? In this lesson, we'll focus on what materials to use, how to organize your time, and what content areas to prioritize based on what the exam actually tests. Before diving into your EPA prep, take a moment to get clear on your goal. Are you aiming for just one type section or going for universal certification? Every candidate must study the core section. Then, depending on your work, choose Type 1 if you'll work on small, sealed appliances. Pick Type 2 for high-pressure systems like home and commercial AC. Go with Type 3 if you're servicing low-pressure chillers. Here's your tip. Don't waste time on sections you don't need. Focus your energy on the certification path that fits your career. Once you know your goal, it's time to gather the right study materials. Start with the core section. Everyone takes this part. You'll need to review the basics of ozone depletion and environmental science, technician safety, like protective equipment and refrigerant risks, the types and properties of refrigerants, recovery and recycling methods, and of course, EPA rules, especially venting bans and penalties. Next, match your type section. Type 1 covers small appliance recovery procedures. Type 2 includes leak detection, charging, and high-pressure systems. Type 3 focuses on low-pressure chillers and their unique requirements. For every topic, make sure your materials include easy-to-understand definitions, real-world examples, practice questions modeled after actual EPA scenarios. Tip: your focus should always be on what the exam covers, based on current EPA guidelines and technician responsibilities. This course offers exactly that: focused, up-to-date material built specifically around what's tested. Having the right study materials is important, but without a plan, it's easy to fall behind. Here's how to structure your study time effectively. Start with a weekly plan. Week 1, focus only on the core section. Review safety, regulations, and environmental impact. Week 2, add your chosen type section, either Type 1, 2, or 3. Week 3, dive into practice questions for both the core and your type. Week 4, zero in on your weak spots and take full mock exams. Need a faster approach? Try this daily routine. Spend 30 to 45 minutes a day, do some quick reading, and tackle 10-15 practice questions. Then, end your session by saying key concepts out loud. This helps your brain lock them in. Quick tip: if you can clearly explain why venting is illegal or how recovery works to someone else, you're probably ready. Let's talk about practice questions. Not all questions are created equal, especially when it comes to EPA prep. A good practice question should do 3 things. Reflect real-world service situations. For example, what should a tech do when a system leaks? Test both your knowledge and decision-making. It's not just facts, it's about knowing what to do. Use clear, exam-style language. The real test uses straightforward scenario-based wording, not trick questions. Here's an example of a strong practice question. A technician is recovering refrigerant from a unit and notices the system pressure remains unusually high. What is the likely cause? This kind of question checks your technical skills and your understanding of EPA rules. Tip to remember: don't just memorize facts. Focus on how the rules apply in real-life HVAC situations. A common study mistake is reading the same material again and again. This can create a false sense of mastery. You feel like you know it, but when tested, you freeze. Instead, focus on active recall, which means pulling information from memory without looking at your notes. This strengthens retention and makes you more prepared for similar-sounding choices on the exam. Here's how you can reinforce what you've studied. Cover your notes and write down everything you remember from a topic. Ask yourself test-style questions and try to explain the answer in your own words. Speak concepts out loud as if teaching someone. This reveals what you really understand. Even a few minutes of this type of review can help solidify key facts and procedures, especially in areas like refrigerant recovery steps, EPA fines, or safety requirements. Let's review the essentials from this lesson. Match your study to the core section and only the types you need. Include key topics: ozone impact, recovery, system types, technician safety, and EPA regulations. Build a realistic plan, weekly or daily, and stick to short, focused sessions. Use quality practice questions based on actual job situations. Focus on active recall and understanding, not just rereading.